Good morning. So, any tips on helping not to overeat when catering for friends, family, when you've got friends, family over, even when you're in control of your food? Because you might think that you're in control of the food, it'll be fine, but then you're still overeating. I want to stress with this one. Good morning, by the way. If you're coming in, give me a hello. If you're replay, drop a replay. But this is only if you want to. I'm not saying that, like, some people might go, I want to enjoy myself, friends over, family over, so this is my time to do it. That's fine, but actually we want you to enjoy yourself. We want you to make a conscious choice that you enjoy and not feel guilty about, and not maybe feel bloated about, eat something that makes you feel rubbish. Like, we don't want you to do that either. And is that even enjoying food? I don't know. So you've got to do what you enjoy and what means up to you, not what other people's expectations are. For example, I could describe now, some people might say, why are you doing a video when you're like literally on holiday with family? But I like to get up early, get on the beach when no one is on the beach right now. There is, they're getting off for this video just so I can say no one's on the video. There is actually, there might be some, no, there's one person in the sea, but they don't count if they're going in the sea. No, okay, they're in the sea, not the beach, that's the one. But my point in here is this is if you are making that choice and you want to make better choices. So, number one is to think about the meals you're having and fill them first. Protein, veggies first. Make them a protein veg base. So, for example, when I cook or if I'm eating out, I'll always be mindful of this, and I'll quite often say, right, can I get a protein based dish? So even last night, right, say I had the choice of like a risotto, which would be quite nice, like risotto, but it was like very carb based. The only protein in it was actually parmesan, but it sounded really nice. Or I go for the scallops prawn based dish, and I was like, that's going to be higher in protein and it's going to keep me full up for longer rather than say the risotto. So what I'm saying here is maybe you're in control of your food. Number one, try and make them more protein veg based meals. They're going to keep you fuller for longer. Number two, serving bowls. Really simple one. When we have the serving bowls in front of us, what happens? Especially if you see one potato left. You don't leave one potato in a little pan, do you? Well, you might do. That'd be a very good win, by the way. So have kind of the serving up on the top. Maybe you get everyone to help themselves, so no one's comparing meals. I think it's quite a trendy thing at the moment, even in weddings and catering, right? Is having like a quirky little buffet that they pick themselves. So maybe that's an option, or at the very least, have the leftovers at the top, so you actually physically get up and have it. This might sound small, but may have a significant difference in how much food intake you have. And we know this. And if you keep one thing on the table, make it the vegetables and the protein. So people can have seconds on the vegetables and protein literally at the table, especially if it's lean protein. And then any carbs, anything else is on the side. So if people want to go up, they have it. I'd be fascinated to see the difference. If you did that. One night you kept all the food in the middle, see how much leftovers. One night you kept the food on the side, help yourself to those leftovers, and see the difference. Number three, put your knife and fork down between bites and slow down. I'm not saying do this all the time, every time, but just be conscious of it. Wow, how quickly do I eat? My kids are the first to call me out and say, Daddy, you won. Won what? What did I win? You finished your dinner first. Oh, damn it, yeah. Let's probably slow down a bit. and that's one of the things, be conscious. When I'm conscious of it, I'm thinking, how many times do I chew here? Chew a bit slowly and test it. Chew, count your chews, add 10 chews on. Add 10 chews, as in chewing 10 more times, and see how you feel. Do you enjoy the food more? Do you taste it more? Do you feel fuller because you slow down? And when you put the knife and fork down between bites, it allows you to maybe have more conversation, which brings me to the next point. Focus on company, not food. After all, it's a social event, right? Focus on company, not food. That's a really, really simple yet effective one on there. There are a few other things you can do. So like not having too many comfortable loungeable chairs in the kitchen with the leftovers and the picky bits. That's one option, because when you're just sat facing food, sat there, you are more likely to pick. If you're out of the room, if you're in a different setting, then food over, done. In a restaurant, say, or in a kitchen, you associate that with eating. So if there's food out in the middle and you're kind of full, but there's nibbly bits, you might be more likely to eat it. If you're in a different room, you might go, I'm done now. Sounds really simple, but these little tiny things make a big difference. If you have picky bits, snacky bits, nibbles out. Try and make them around tea time. So it's like around, like just before your meal. So that at least it becomes a bit of a starter, and always have lots of veggies, like chopped veggies, for example, in there. So if you're having like hummus and crackers, things like that, like nibble nuts out and stuff like that, try and make it just before dinner. So at the very least, you've got some nutritious snacks options with that. And maybe have a rule, I'll only eat the veggie sticks with the hummus. Done. Then you're actually getting a decent amount of volume of your food before you eat it as well. And again, real simple one, keep topped up with water as much as you can. This is going to help in terms of calorie control, how full you feel as well. So just a few strategies in on that, and I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a few ideas. Yeah, I could do that, and any that you think of, let me know. And one thing that I do want to say as well is when you eat, make sure you have a rule. I only eat when I'm sat down, because when you're hosting or when you've got people around, you're always rushing around, right? You're always like